In this tutorial in Photoshop Elements 2018, we're going to look at how to create a branded graphic object that you can use in other applications. In our case, this one, the one you see on the screen, will be used inside the titling program in Cyberlink PowerDirector. But you could use it in all kinds of situations. So if you want to create an object that's branded for use elsewhere, we're going to show you some simple steps to doing that. I'll close down my screen and we'll get right into Photoshop Elements 2018. First thing I want to do is create a new object. I can do the Control-N key or click on File, New, and choose Blank File from the top. When it comes to the characteristics of the new screen, I want the background to be set to transparent, so make sure you choose that one. As far as size, you can pick whatever you think will work. You can pick larger than what you need and crop it later. I'm going to try 400 by 200 pixels. Then I can give it a title. I'm not going to do that this moment. I'll just click on OK. And now I have my background that I can work on. I see it's transparent, which is just what I was looking for. First element I'm going to put into my graphic is a title, so I'll click on the horizontal type tool on the left side in the draw section. Immediately I have some options I can use. I can have a font face, a font size. We're set to bold here. The color is white. I'm going to swap my colors and I'll use a green color. Satisfied with my choices, I'll click and I'll type in keyboard shortcuts or shortcut singular. And I like that. We'll move it around a little bit and I'll right click on it and choose Edit Layer Style. One of the things I'd like to do is give the letters a bit of a bevel, so I'll click on the bevel option. The default is 7, and I'm okay with that, so I'll click on OK and modify that object. Next thing I want to do is import my object for my branding. I'll click on File and Place. Then I navigate to the file folder I want to go to, and then I select the object that I want to pull in. I'm going to choose that one. Now I've double-clicked on it, and I'll click on the check mark. I can take and drag it where I want to go, and if I want to fine-tune the location, I simply use the arrow keys up, down, left, and right. Now I'd also like to take keyboard shortcut and align it a little bit with it. I'd like the Y and the keyboard to be down just about to the same degree as the bottom of the graphic, and that looks pretty good to start with. So I have some text and I have an imported graphic. Let's create a box. I'm going to go into the draw section and click on there. I'm set to box. That's the last thing that I've chosen with rounded corners. I like the radius. I don't like the color. I'm going to reverse the color again and use a white color. And now we'll simply click in the upper left corner where we want our box to start and draw over to the lower right and let go. Now I'm going to select my box, and with the box selected, I'll click on it with the right mouse button and click on Edit Layer Style. Here I'd like to add a stroke, and I don't want it to be black, I want it to be green. So we'll go into our green section of our palette, click on an appropriate green color, and click on OK. Now I want to thicken it, so I'll move the slider to the right on the size and click on OK. So now I have my box, my title, and my brand. All I need to do now is save it. If I want to edit this later, I will save it in the default format. I'll click on Save As, and in this case I'm going to save it in my PSD subfolder, and we'll call this keyboard shortcut 2, because I may have another one in there I've worked on earlier. And now I'm going to actually save it as a PNG. So I'll do File, Save As again. I'm going to change the actual file location here to my PNG files. We'll call it keyboard shortcut. I'll click on the down arrow, make sure we save it as a PNG this time, and click on Save. It asks my options. I'll just click on OK, and now I've saved the graphic. I'm going to close out my copy of Photoshop Elements. I've clicked back on my PNG file so I can see it on the screen, and here is my graphic. So I could use this in any one of a number of applications. In my case, I'll be using it in CyberLink PowerDirector's title room. But it's a simple way to create a branded graphic when you want to use it in another application in Adobe Photoshop Elements 2018.